Hello, I'm Deputy Maria Fernandez and welcome to On the Go with BCSO. We start out this episode with a special recognition of our Communications Center personnel. The Communications Center is a central dispatch facility serving all the Sheriff's Office field personnel, investigators, and specialty units. Additionally, the Sheriff's dispatchers provide 911 call and dispatch services to the cities of Cape Canaveral, Melbourne Beach, Melbourne Village, and West Melbourne. The Communications Center operates with a staff of highly trained and specially qualified personnel. Communications is a nerve center by which our citizens request emergency law enforcement response and community assistance. On May 19th, members of the communications team were honored with the Florida APCO Public Safety Communications Team of the Year by the Association of Public Safety Communications Officials for their outstanding efforts during an incident in October 2013. The incident involved the capture of a kidnapping suspect who was fleeing from arrest at over 100 miles per hour and had shot at pursuing law enforcement officers from multiple counties. Our team's quick thinking and actions not only led to the successful capture of the suspect, but also ensured that every officer from multiple agencies was safe and fully aware of each vital part of the incident as it was taking place. We cannot be more proud of our team's actions as they work hard every day to do everything they can to make sure our deputies and law enforcement officers are safe. Most people have heard of wheelchair sports such as track and field and basketball. What most people don't know is that the disabled can also play ice hockey.
I am Corporal Brad Servi. I work for Patrol as a corporal at East Precinct. I participate here in sled hockey at the Space Coast Iceplex. The sled hockey program developed about 6 years ago with Tom Reinhardt's. His son has spina bifida and had to travel to Tampa every week to have his son play. So he decided to have a program started here in Brevard County. Since Brevard County started their program, they've been very successful, bringing a lot of very good athletes out of the program. One of the athletes is Greg Shaw here, who I'm with.
Hi, I'm Greg Shaw. I'm 24 years old. I've had the great opportunity of representing our country at both the Paralympics and on the national team for 8.5 years. I have 2 World Championship medals and 2 Paralympic medals. I was born and raised in Merritt Island, right at Cape Canaveral. I've lived here my whole life. It's one of the places that's dear to my heart, and there's nothing else better than finding the place to be able to play hockey in Florida.
Hello, my name is Chris Douglas. I am 24 years old. I've been playing sled hockey here in Cocoa for about 3 years, and I got involved because I was volunteering at Camp Boggy Creek for Kids with Disabilities and was introduced to Tom Reinhardt's, whose son was attending the camp for spina bifida. And I was introduced, and they said that they were in Rockledge, which is an hour from where I live. And for me to come out and give the sport a try, and if I liked it, cool, then I could play. If not, it was no big deal. And I came out here the first time, you know, and never being able to skate my entire life, never watching hockey, never being involved with a sport, because if I can't do it, I don't want to watch it even. And so to be able to get on the ice, and it's smooth, I could go fast, I could be physical, I could do pretty much anything I want, you know, and it's a sport that I could always better myself and make it to higher levels, and it had me hooked the first time I even walked through the doors. You know, before I even got in a sled, I was like, this is pretty cool.
My name is Jason Picaro. I'm a retired Staff Sergeant, United States Marine Corps. I got hurt in 2006, and I actually started playing sled hockey by meeting my coach at a restaurant one night. He saw me hanging out in my wheelchair, and just came up and introduced himself to me and asked me if I ever played sled hockey before. I played hockey many years growing up. I grew up in New York, and I loved playing hockey pretty much all my life. Pond hockey's the best, can't beat it. But now living down in Florida, never really knew there were hockey rinks around here except for the NHL. And that's pretty much it. Second I hit the ice, I was hooked.
I joined the program about 4 or 5 months ago when I was asked by Tom, who I play hockey with on Monday nights, to help come join the program, help push for some of the athletes who need assistance in playing the game. Not as highly skilled as Greg here, but I come and I help out. I've always been involved in the community, along with the sheriff's office. I think that's a very big part of our job, is to get out in the community. I participate in several other things, St. Baldrick's, also the LEOSA program to do drug education for kids. This is just one avenue for me, which I have a personal interest with being into hockey myself. So it brings a lot of fulfillment and a lot of joy being able to join something with an athlete that we share the same bond.
The Sheriff's Office is proud to support our local team. If you would like to get involved, please contact Coach Tom Reinartz at 321-720-2043 or Tom Reinartz at earthlink.net. You can also look them up on Facebook at Space Coast Hurricane Sled Hockey. Well over 7,000 submissions to our Facebook page later, we now are proud to introduce you to the newest addition to our canine unit. Meet Junie, our 15-week-old bloodhound puppy that was donated to the agency by the Jimmy Rice Foundation. The name Junie was submitted in honor of 11-year-old Junie Rios Martinez Jr., who was kidnapped and murdered in 1991. Canine Junie will be trained to search for the missing and endangered. Thank you to everyone who participated.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Ron Little with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Fugitive Unit. We're currently actively searching for Mr. Aaron Theocardes. He's wanted for 3 outstanding arrest warrants for violation of community control, references to burglary, grand theft, robbery with a firearm, and aggravated battery, and possession of firearm by convicted felon with a no bond status. He's approximately 5'11", 145 pounds. He has a cross tattoo on his right shoulder and a lion tattoo on his left shoulder. Mr. Theocardes' criminal history involves grand theft, burglary to a dwelling, possession of drug paraphernalia. Mr. Theocardes has ties to the Palm Bay area. Please contact our fugitive unit at 264-5333 or call Crime Line at 1-800-TIPS. All calls to Crime Line are confidential, and callers can remain anonymous and be eligible for a reward of up to $1,000 for information leading to an arrest.
The aviation unit known as STAR, Sheriff's Tactical Air Response, responds to multitude of calls such as crimes in progress, search and rescue missions, and performing counter-drug surveillance. STAR also plays an instrumental part supporting other emergencies such as brush fires and hurricane damage reconnaissance flights. After the September 11th terrorist attacks, the duties of the aviation unit grew, requiring increased security at Port Canaveral during the time cruise ships were entering and exiting the port. The STAR unit also assisted with the temporary flight restrictions during space shuttle launches, as well as several presidential visits. The aviation unit participates in the Project Lifesaver program, which utilizes electronic wristbands emitting a frequency that can be tracked to help locate those who have Alzheimer's, dementia, or subjects that wander from their familiar surroundings and become lost. These units have had great success locating children diagnosed with autism or Down syndrome. The aviation unit currently assists with approximately 1,000 to 1,200 calls for service a year, while flying approximately 800 to 1,000 flight hours a year, operating 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, with an operational budget of less than $185,000 a year. Thanks to the aviation unit for their distinguished service.
This is Agent Marlon Buggs with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit. We are seeking the public's assistance with cold case homicides. On the evening of March 20th, 1994, Amy Gellert's parents returned home from church. As they entered their home in Cocoa Beach, they were confronted by a masked intruder who brandished a knife and a gun, threatening them and tying them up. They complied with the intruder in their home because they knew their 21-year-old daughter would be arriving soon. Amy Gellert was in charge of working the soundboard for a late afternoon church service that evening, and it remained there after her mother and stepfather had left. The parents hoped that the intruder would leave before Amy got home. Prior to the intruder leaving the residence, Amy returned home and the intruder attacked both her parents, stabbing them multiple times. The intruder then fled the residence and attacked Amy in the driveway, stabbing her multiple times. Amy died as a result of her injuries, and her parents survived the attack. The intruder is believed to be a white male, early 20s, between 5'7" and 5'10" in height, weighing approximately 165 to 185 pounds. The intruder was dressed in dark clothing, wearing a ski mask and gloves during the incident. If you have any information regarding this cold case homicide, please contact the Brevard County Sheriff's Office at 321-633-8413, or you can email us at majorcrimes@bcso.us. Or if you wish to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Line at 1-800-423-TIPS.
The Brevard County Sheriff's Office Police Athletic League is a nonprofit organization established in 1998. Over the years, PAL has reached many children through various programs. PAL provides athletic and mentoring activities to youth ages 6 through 18 years of age. With the support of the Sheriff's Office, the PAL program provides a means to bridge the gap between law enforcement officers and the youth.
Hello, this is Kip Pasternak, Executive Director of the Sheriff's PAL program. This summer, PAL is hosting 4 weeks of basketball camp and a wrestling camp. The basketball camps are going to be under the direct supervision of the Sheriff's School Resource Officers. The basketball camps are designed for students between the age of 8 to 15 years of age. The camp is a fun, safe, and structured environment that promotes physical, mental, and social development. Campers will develop their skill while playing in a positive and structured environment. The first of the basketball camps will begin June 2nd. To sign up and see additional camps being offered, visit the PAL website at www.bcsopal.org. Also this summer, we will be offering a wrestling camp from June 23rd through 25th at the Woody Simpson Center in Merritt Island. This is a great opportunity for wrestlers since PAL is bringing camp clinician Dylan Ness to work with the campers. Ness is a 3-time NCAA All-American from the University of Minnesota. He is a Big Ten Conference champion and 2-time finalist. We are currently developing other programs for the BCSO PAL, such as kickboxing, self-defense, and cheerleading.
PAL also supports the Sheriff's Explorer program. Explorers are young adults who have an interest in becoming law enforcement officers in the future. They meet weekly and provide volunteer service to the Sheriff's Office in our community. For more information on our Explorer program, call our Community Services Unit at 321-264-7755. BCSO PAL is supported by the Sheriff's Office and local community businesses. Without the support, we would not be able to provide such valuable opportunities for the youth in our community. If you would be interested in partnership with PAL, whether financial or as a volunteer, please reach out to the Sheriff's Office PAL office at 321-412-3675 or visit our website at www.bcsopal.org. On May 2nd, the Sheriff's Office responded to a call of a bank robbery at the First United Bank in Barefoot Bay. The suspect walked into the bank and passed the teller a note in which he implied a weapon and demanded cash. After receiving an undisclosed amount of money, the suspect fled the bank on foot.
The K-9 was able to pick up a scent immediately from the bank door, and it indicated an individual had traveled by foot and walked west from the bank over to another street very close by. Deputy Freeman, with his dog Rambo, picked up that scent, and it led them to a shirt that had been discarded near a home. The shirt matched the color of the shirt that the suspect had been wearing. Deputy Freeman, along with his dog, then continued that track, and it led them several blocks down Barefoot Bay until they lost that scent at the pool area. While that's going on and aviation unit is searching overhead for the suspect, we went into the bank and interviewed the teller. And what she told us was that a white male had entered the bank and handed her a note. And the note basically told her that he was armed and demanded cash. She ended up handing him over the money, and then he walked out of the bank. He didn't say very much at all other than, I'm not kidding, was basically what he said, and then left. We determined from the security video that the man was wearing a red burgundy shirt and then some plaid shorts and sneakers. So we were able to get a picture of that and send it out to the road units. And that was all in a matter of about 25 minutes. So they knew who they were looking for at that. We received a crime line tip at 6 p.m. with additional information on the whereabouts of the suspect. Went to a home that was in Grant. They indicated that a room had been rented for him down in Indian River County. And based on that information, we contacted the Indian River County Sheriff, who was able to make contact with Mr. Dennis Foster, who is our suspect, at a room at one of the motels. Mr. Foster was taken into custody at that time and transported to the Indian River County Jail.
Foster is charged with armed robbery and grand theft. His bond is set at $250,000.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Scott Behringer with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit, and I would like to provide some safety tips for everyone as you travel I-95 this summer. Brevard County is ranked 4th in the state in speeding and aggressive driving, which directly relates to traffic crashes and fatalities on I-95. In 2013, there were over 800 crashes and 16 of those were fatalities. So far this year, there have been over 300 crashes and 1 fatality, which is 1 too many. The Sheriff's Office is concerned for the safety of all motorists, and over the summer, we will be working in conjunction with other agencies to ensure all motorists are driving safely. Please adhere to the following safety tips. Speed is one of the leading factors in traffic crashes on I-95. Please adhere to all speed limit signs on I-95 and other roadways. Remember, as your speed increases, your stopping distance increases as well, reducing your reaction time to avoid an accident. When operating a motor vehicle, please adhere to all traffic laws. If an operator of a motor vehicle commits 2 of the following movement violations simultaneously or in succession, then they are considered aggressive drivers. Speeding, following too closely, improper change of lanes, improper passing, failed to yield right of way, and failed to obey a traffic control device. Remember to allow for plenty of space between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you to increase your reaction time. Remember to use your turn signals when changing lanes and allow enough room to safely change lanes. When operating a motor vehicle, you should not be eating, putting on makeup, watching TV, reading, using your phone or other electronic devices, or tending to unruly children. Nothing is more important than you staying alive. Please do not text while driving. It is the law and increases your chances of causing a crash due to being distracted when operating a vehicle. Please remember to move over 1 lane when approaching emergency and service vehicles that are displaying red, blue, or amber flashing lights. If you're unable to move over due to traffic, then you must slow down to 20 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. All drivers and front seat passengers must wear seat belts, and all children must be in an approved safety seat. Remember, your driving actions can cause traffic crashes and jeopardize your life and the life of others. Adhering to all traffic laws can save lives, so please pay attention to the road. The Sheriff's Office is committed to saving lives, and we ask that you please drive safely.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of On the Go with BCSO. As we wrap up, I would like to mention that recently, our nation paid tribute to fallen law enforcement officers across the country. In 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15 falls as National Police Week. Established by a joint resolution of Congress in 1962, National Police Week pays special recognition to those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty for the safety and protection of others. This year, on May 16th, we gathered at the American Police Hall of Fame to pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Our hearts and prayers go out to all.